Well, I'm here where I'm camping for the next few days. Finally get freedom to go out and camp. That's kind of nice. And yeah, obviously I got the truck, a little firewood. But here again, I'm at Cispus, right on the river. I've been here quite a while. I showed up about midday. It was hot. I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock now. I have no idea, but it's pretty nice out. I haven't set up much. A table and chairs, or chair and tables, I should say. I'm in here taking pictures, listening to music, enjoying myself. Absolutely beautiful out. Everything's in green, full on. River's a little milky, but that's expected from all the snow runoff that's in here. And that snow's melting fast. It's definitely about 2 feet higher than it was last time I was out here, which is nice. Still good. Yeah, I've been sitting here working on a little bit of cordage. Maybe tomorrow, when I get done with this spool, I'll make a new one and I'll do a little video on how to use the lucite loom. Every couple of years I got to redo the cord on my tent, so every couple of years I got to go through a spool and just make a bunch of cordage. Supposed to get a little rain tomorrow, so we'll be setting up a tarp over my tent once it cools down a little bit more. Not bad out here. It's gonna be a nice few days. Even if it does end up clouding up a little bit, won't be too bad. Never is. The canopy here is pretty thick. I had to do a little bit of a rebuild on the fire pit so I can actually use it. I forgot my grill, so I'm gonna have to cook on sticks or rocks, which is not an issue. I do have the other fire pit still here. I don't enjoy it as much. You don't really have the backdrop of the river when you're sitting facing the other way. But yeah, I'll probably set up my hammock between 2 trees here tomorrow for a nap. Very nice. There's a little garbage left behind from somebody who was here before. A chair and a huge tarp, which I'll probably end up hauling out myself. Kind of sad people do that. That's what gets these roads closed off and you can't get here. Absolutely gorgeous. Lots of butterflies flying around. Hard to catch them on the camera, but I did get pictures of a couple. A lot of ants right here in the camp area. That's kind of why I'm waiting. Wait till the ants all go to bed, then I'll set up my tent. Tomorrow we'll do some hiking, some proper footage. Just loving being here. I was walking back here earlier today, looking around, and saw this sticking out of the ground. This is the reason you really gotta look up. That is a widowmaker from a dead tree right over there. Definitely gotta look up before you set your tent. Last thing you ever want is one of those buggers sitting through you. That's a nice one there. Be good firewood. I think the log, because it broke off when it hit, is laying right down here in the brush too. Looks like there was another one that hit there. Looks like someone pulled it up for firewood. See if I can get in a little closer to that area. Brush is pretty thick out here right now, but nice. No, it's someone's cat hole they didn't cover up. But yeah, I broke off the top of that tree right there, which is a big tree. Came down right there, and there's the log right there of it. Scary. Always look up before you set up a tent or any kind of camp, because even something like that would go right through a trailer or motorhome without an issue. It's the reason I have my hammock set up between the two trees I do, and not my tent, because up above there's a couple of scary limbs. I'd hate to catch one of them things. That would really suck. My legs are getting pretty good on the stinging nettles out here. They don't bother me a whole lot, but irritating at times. It's like 100 mosquito bites at one shot. But everything's in bloom. I did find a few salmon berries on a bush, but most of them aren't ready yet. The blueberries aren't ready, the blackberries aren't ready. But yeah, whole lot of green. Love it when everything's happy out here. Haven't seen any elk yet. I know they're out here. A lot of sign down by the river. I tried to do some filming down there, but the wind was horrible, so really was no use in it. I did take pictures, of course. I like to take pictures of stuff. Just enjoying it. This isn't really very far from where I'm camped right now either. Didn't get the rain I was promised, so I never did set up my tarp. Some beautiful trees out here. Lots of ants, bees. And I see some wild strawberries, but nothing on them. Which doesn't surprise me. A lot of creatures out here. I was sitting last night in the dark, pretty late, just sitting there relaxing, listening to the river, and I see this big black shadow go about the size of my hand go right across on the ground in front of me. Scrambled, found my flashlight, shined it on it. It was a big old frog. And I'm laughing at myself. He just jumped once and was gone. I never saw him again. But I've seen snakes. Wish I could catch that kind of thing on camera, but you know, when you see that stuff, you don't have the camera with you. Beautiful out here. Haven't had any trouble with any ticks. Won't be long, and this big maple right here is going to end up in the river. Beautiful out here. I showed up to the campsite. It actually was pretty clean. I was happy about that. The last time I was out here, I ended up taking a whole garbage bag full of trash out. Looks like someone's been doing some real serious camping out here. There's another big dig hole where they're obviously going to the bathroom. It should be a lot further from the river for that. I think it's 200 or 200 feet for out in this area, or anywhere. And when I go, I walk up the road quite a ways before I dig a cat hole. Yeah, it's just stunning. Been a beautiful day, a little cloudy here and there, but most of the time it's clear. All the vine maples nice and thick through some of these areas, which are these spindly little trees here. They kind of don't grow straight very often until they get older, and a lot of them are going to seed. Even the big maples are going to seed. Yeah, I had a pretty simple camp set up today. Hammock, which I've used a couple times. It's always nice to sit and hang out in the hammock, but like I said, up above, this tree here has a lot of big dead limbs, so I don't want to sleep in my tent under that. Chair sitting there, got my tent set up over here where there's really nothing to harm it above, just some green limbs. My cooking area here. And usually every night I set my chair right about here and just stare at the river. Beautiful. As you see over there, we got a really good breeze going. Here pretty soon I might go out on the gravel bar, take a camera, but I'll have to overlay the sound or just mute all of it because the wind's going to be horrible out there. It's always fun to just watch the trees and how the wind hits them, especially when the big gusts start coming through. Well, I'm out here at the end of the gravel bar from my camp. Beautiful out here. Definitely windy. I could probably hike a lot further. But the odds are, since I left my grill at home, I just found one on the beach. Take it back, clean it up. It'll be a lot easier to cook my steak now. Pretty good sized gravel bar. It looks like the flood zone on the last high tide was, well, you can see the debris line right here. So yeah, about 3-4 feet higher. Hiking up over that area up there, Camp Creek Trail. I don't know if it's on this side of that rock face or it's on the other side. I'll find out tomorrow. I haven't been up that trail yet. There are a lot of rock faces up on the cliffs, up in the hills. But of course, you know, we're pretty close to the mountains too. I think Mount Adams is probably another 30-40 minutes up the road, which isn't too far. Really nice lakes up there also. Hopefully I can get to them this year as soon as they open up the campgrounds. Till then, this area is the only thing open for even distributed camping, which is nice. It's at least open for that. Won't make you watch me eat it, but tonight's dinner, a couple of chili dogs, jalapeno and mozzarella sausages, yum. Got plenty more to make a couple, at least a couple more. I'll be eating good tonight.